Hi, I'm Ryan Szymanski, curator for Battleship New Jersey Museum and Memorial, and today we're going to talk about the many different flavors of helmets that you can find on an Iowa-class battleship. I'm wearing a basic M1 helmet. These were the main helmet used by the United States during World War II. The U.S. went into the war with the Brody helmet, which is the round one with the brim all the way around that you associate with doughboys. Like World War I era British and American troops. The US goes into the war with that style of helmet, but very quickly develops the M1 like I'm wearing. Most World War II US footage you'll see service members in a helmet like this. If you're in the infantry, it's usually painted green. Sometimes you might see a net over it, which was installed to put shrubbery and things in for camouflage. Oftentimes you don't. If you're in the Navy, it's usually gray. My helmet is cool because at one point it was painted light gray. You can see where this is peeled away, the regular haze gray under it. And then they figured out, oh yeah, per regulations you're supposed to paint it this blue gray, the same color as the deck and other horizontal surfaces on the ship. So it's supposed to be more like water so pilots can't see you down below. So most of your topside positions would have had helmets this color. Oftentimes they would have a title on the top. So like the captain would have CO written on his, the executive officer XO, quartermaster might have QM. Most of the times enlisted guys did not have their titles written on them during World War II. There was just a rack of helmets. Check out this helmet rack on the ship. And you just pull whatever's on the top. Because of the chin strap, they would often be hung on different places around. So the 40mm gun tubs had brackets in them that you could hang your helmets in. So when the gun crew gets there, they just pull their helmet right off the line and they're ready to go. Interestingly, when a ship is issued a set of helmets, they tend to not replace them. So the helmets on Battleship New Jersey today are all the World War II style helmets, the M1s. Even though by the 80s and 90s we had switched over to more modern Kevlar helmets that were actually bulletproof, they continue to use the World War II style, which is not. So a World War II era helmet. This one is from Repair 5F. The Repair Locker 5 Forward, which is the one we're in right now. This one has been modified for damage control parties. So you notice it's been painted red. It's got R5F written on it for Repair 5F, and it's got a light on it with a battery pack on the back, like a miner's headlamp. So that's an 80s edition. Another modification to this helmet. Somebody cut a coin slot in the back. There are a couple of helmets on the ship like this. I do not believe there is any reason for it, airflow or anything like that. I think it's just a joke that the guys did. Remember, when you cut a hole in armor, it reduces the armor's effectiveness by 60%. This is already not bulletproof. It's just designed to stop some of the shrapnel. Anyway, the helmet actually comes in two parts. There is the steel pot part, which if you're in the Army, you use as a latrine one day when you're in the foxhole and you use for making soup the next day. And then it's got a liner part, which is more of a Kevlar plastic. It's soft, it's got flex to it, as opposed to this is just a steel piece. And it's got an inner layer here, which is adjustable, so you can adjust it to head size. In the movies, you always just see they grab helmets and throw them on, but you can adjust them to size. One thing I absolutely hate on the battleship, we've got the ship's original helmets out in their original racks, and people can try them on if they want, but so many people find them as two parts, take them apart, and like, these helmets were just stuck together. No, 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 no. M1 helmets have a helmet and a helmet liner, which is why in most World War II movies you see that there's a leather strap across the brim of the helmet. And that holds the liner inside the helmet part. Notice the chin strap is part of the actual steel helmet, while this additional leather strap is part of the liner. Now, probably 90 or 95% of the helmets on the ship are the M1 style. The remaining helmets are this style. Does it look familiar? Like all the Imperial troops who aren't stormtroopers in Star Wars? This is a phone talker's helmet. It's usually painted the same red or gray as the other normal helmets. However, you know, pilots get to decorate their helmets, so why can't phone talkers decorate theirs? We've got a couple of examples of decorated helmets like this around the ship. And even this one that's painted all black instead of, looks like there was red under that, seems to have been decorated. This helmet, also known as the Mickey Mouse helmet, is for when you're wearing a sound-powered headset. Conveniently, I have one right here. So it's got an earpiece that goes over the top, and then a chest piece sits right here. So you got a speaker. You push this button, and you can talk into it. So obviously, with the headpiece on there, the regular M1 no longer fits you. So that's why you've got this helmet, which has a number of foam blocks on the inside, and these fall out over time. So you can see this one just sitting here has lost most of its blocks. They're just glued on the inside. But that covers both your head and the headset. Now, looking at the inside of this one, you can see that it's got a Kevlar weave to it. It's not a steel pot like the other one. So even though it's larger, it's actually lighter. And this type of helmet, they had phone talker headsets like this during World War II, but I believe this is a later type of helmet. So at some point they requisitioned or were issued new helmets, it seems. But by and large, rather than switching to what the modern Navy uses, they continue to use the old World War II style. Do you wear helmets for safety? Let us know in the comment section down below. I never ride a bike or do anything else like that, play hockey, sports, anything else like that, without having a helmet. I never go into dry dock without a hard hat. Let us know in the comment section down below if you wear helmets, and if you were in the service, what type of helmet you used. Battleship New Jersey receives operating support from the New Jersey Department of State, also from a number of other businesses and private individuals like yourselves. There's a link in the description below if you'd like to support the museum. You can also help us out by liking, sharing, and subscribing so more people find out about us and the channel. Thanks for watching.